Servants, it's Emmanuel, aka the Kingdom Servant, and welcome back to another video where today it's a little bit different. I know I haven't posted in a while, but I've been, working on a new album and working on the games, you know what I'm saying? Nothing crazy, but I've been working on a new album as well and things of that nature. I know I haven't posted in like it's cool though, because today we're going to be reacting to something a little bit different. We're going to be reacting to what Logan Paul said about his faith will surprise you. That's the video title, and the video is by Bless God Studios. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start watching the video. But before we even get into the video, let's go ahead and roll that intro. Alright, here we are, 𝕋𝕂𝕐𝕐 KD, if you are Bless God Studios. If you guys want to watch this video without any my commentary or without, whatever, then the video will be in the description below. I'll link that in the description below for you, and go ahead and like this video and subscribe to his channel and all that good stuff. I'm gonna be playing this at one point. Actually, no, I'm not, because I realized recently I was gonna speed this video up, but I realized recently that 𝕋𝕂𝕐𝕐 usually plays his videos at 1.25 speed, so I'm gonna just keep mine at normal length, especially since it's only 8 minutes, so it doesn't really matter that much. But yeah, let's go ahead and let's get into the video.
We're so excited. It's the most rewarding experience in the world. We're so excited to go back home and hang out with our baby, who is just an angel on earth. And I thank God every day that he has blessed me with such a beautiful daughter.
Should have gone to church.
I love you. I probably should have gone to church. I was preparing for my match, God. If you can please forgive me for not going to church on Easter, and also for all my other sins as well.
You can make up for it by going on George Janko's podcast. He really does want to.
That is no. That's a conversation. I think he may be coming to Puerto Rico to do a pod with me and Jake.
Hello. For Jake.
No, he wanted to do it with both of us.
For him.
On George's show.
I think you should do it solo, bro. That's it
was his idea.
you should do it solo. I like it.
I like this.
Yeah.
This Logan.
I like Mike's input too.
Mike has really good input.
He's like, hey, do solo. You don't want your.
I think there's a lot of water under the bridge at this point.
Yeah, they're like, I don't care. We all have successful podcasts.
Everyone's fine.
I'm wrestling now.
I'm wrestling.
I don't really care about this content.
I got a baby.
I don't care about the content of this stupid podcast.
I got a baby.
Yeah.
I'm chilling.
Wow.
I think it's great. I think it's great. I think
it's simply because of this. One thing is that, now if you guys don't know, George Janko and Logan Paul had this weird little thing I didn't really cover on the channel, but a lot of dumb stuff happened when George Janko was on the Impulsive podcast. He left that podcast, started his own podcast on YouTube called The George Janko Show, and he's had lots of celebrities on there. He's interviewed a whole bunch of people. Hold on, I need some chapstick real quick. Let's see this.
Stop it. Get some help.
The reason why I find it interesting is simply because, yeah, they had this weird little thing that happened, and George has had lots of celebrities on his podcast after he left the Impulsive podcast, and it's been a lot. It was a lot. I don't know how long ago it was, but it was a bit ago. So I would imagine that it's kind of water under the bridge now. Doesn't seem like it really matters now, but it is what it is. So the fact that Logan Paul is willing to go on George Janko's podcast seems pretty cool to me, especially since Logan Paul did disrespect George in a very interesting way. If you guys want me to cover that story, you can go ahead and go in the comment section below, and I'll cover that one for you. But yeah, let's get back into the video.
Is perhaps the beginning. Logan Paul makes me think about the person who's like wildly successful and how much coming to faith as a wildly successful person cost that person.
Yeah.
It is. When Jesus says like it is harder for the rich to enter the kingdom of God than through an eye, camel go with the eye of a needle. I don't think that's saying rich people can't get saved, and I don't think that's saying people who love Jesus and build something and as a byproduct build wealth can't be saved.
Come on.
I think that's really poisonous. But I do think that there's something hard to someone that has everything, laying down their comforts, their sense of purpose, their value, and man saying, I'm going to lay it all down and pick up my cross.
Yeah.
Right. So that verse, we talked about it yesterday, right? Lay down your life, pick up your cross and follow me. What was it in Matthew when we looked at the Logos translation? That word psyche, like laying down your psyche. If your psyche is so built and you're the man, you're the guy, you're the earner, you're the superstar on WrestleMania. You have your podcast. You've been kind of a icon in the media since you were a kid.
Yeah.
And then you're like, yeah, like all that doesn't really mean anything. Like you need to lay down your life. You need to lay it all down. Not that he needs to stop wrestling, perhaps, or stop podcasting. I'm not what I'm saying, but I do think like that being your source, like all of that being your source, has to be laid down.
I bet it's also the extracurricular lifestyle. Seems like they still do. Like still, I mean, maybe since I don't know since he had a baby, but it seems like he still like likes to party and do his things and do the whatever. You know,
think he likes to party at this age?
See, that would be my natural inclination to be like, he does that still, but it seems like that's how they move. Is that it's just kind of an not party the same way.
I hope not.
It's pretty gross, huh? But he's wearing sunglasses on a podcast.
He's wearing sunglasses on a podcast.
So what does that tell you? That doesn't tell you that he's, oh man, I'd like to get to bed early and
I just know like
take an immunity shot before bed.
Like even like loosely being involved with the music industry and then having like mixers and events to go to, not Diddy parties.
What did he say?
But even just having like Spotify event.
Ruslan, oh my goodness, I was not expecting that. I know my reaction was so slow on that. Ruslan, I was not expecting you to say that. I'm not even gonna hold you, but I will say this. I mean, look, I don't know much about Jake Paul. I don't know much about Logan Paul, but from my point of view, my standpoint, I feel like every time I've seen Logan Paul and Jake Paul, they, even as adults, they seem to always have this almost light, childish demeanor about them. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's just what I've seen. So I wouldn't really be surprised if Logan still parties and all that type of stuff. That's not me trying to bash his character or anything of that, anything of the sorts. But that's just what I have observed, and I won't say conclusion I came to, but that's just what I kind of see sometimes. So, you know, maybe I'm wrong, and I kind of hope I'm wrong, because you know we all need to grow up. Like, and stop doing whatever it is that little children do. So, you know.
It is so exhausting to do that as a husband and father.
Yeah.
To be like, I'm pulling up to another party. Like, if you've been to one party, you've been to all of them. Like, they're kind of boring, low key. The music's loud. You can't really have a good conversation with someone.
You're having a bunch of surface level conversations.
You're having a bunch of surface level conversations. They're not that dope to me.
Yeah.
So I don't understand the
one thing. Oh my goodness. One thing you guys need to know about me is that I do not like surface level conversation. If you can have a deep conversation with me, oh my goodness, that is the best thing. Anybody, if you guys can come up to me, have either a deep biblical conversation, a deep political conversation, or just a deep conversation in general with me, that is how you win, bro. That's how you win the conversation. That's how you win my friendship, whatever it is. I just love having deep conversation. I suck at surface level conversation. You can ask it. I could call up somebody right now. So look, Josiah. So this isn't for a long conversation. I'm currently recording a YouTube video, you know what I'm saying? And so I wanted to prove a point right now. Like, can you tell my subscribers, my viewers real quick, how bad I am at surface level conversation?
Really bad.
Really bad.
Really bad.
So let's get back into the video. Oh my goodness. But yeah, like I've been trying to say, look, I love deep conversation. I'm not very good at surface level conversation though. You know, yeah. Let's get it. Yeah, let's go.
proposition of doing these things is stupid to me in general.
Yeah.
Like even when I was in high school, I was like, you're doing what? Like you're going where?
Yeah.
You know? So as a grown man with a wife and a kid, like I'm gonna go. I don't know if they're out there partying like that.
I hope not.
You know?
I think it's time to turn it around.
I hope not too. Like,
do you think it's easier? Do you think it's just as hard or easier if you have, let's say, the wealth accumulated, but it's through a completely unrelated business. There's no fame attached to it. It's just like, oh, I pour concrete, and I just started a concrete business, and now I make $1 million a year with my massive concrete business, and I have contractors, and I have all this wealth, and I don't have to work as much and all this stuff, but it's not directly related to being a public figure and traveling and parties and mixed.
I still think that's hard. I think when someone has comfort and all of their basic needs are met and they've had the luxury to define their own purpose, I think that's very difficult for someone like that to say, I'm going to lay down my paradigm, the things I got it right in, the earthly scorecard. I killed it in the earthly scorecard. I'm going to lay that down. I think there has to be some other crisis that comes. Something else that comes, a loss in a marriage or something, you know what I mean? Like some sort of relational blowout or something. And then usually faith becomes more reasonable. But yeah, I think people that like are killing it and got it all locked, I don't think that tends to work in the way that we think about it.
I feel that.
Now, obviously, the allures of fame and the allures of access to excess and pleasure is probably way harder too. But I think in this setting, I think it's tough.
Is in a mother's womb with two babies, and one turns to the other and says, "Do you believe in life after delivery?" And the other replies, "Well, of course, there has to be something after delivery. Maybe we're
this is fire.
This is sick.
This is fire. So this is his argument for theism.
here to prepare ourselves for what will be later." Nonsense, said the first. "There's no life after delivery. What kind of life would that be?" "I don't know," said the second. "But there'll be more light than here."
Oh,
Maybe
snap.
we'll walk with our leg.
This is fire.
He said what? He said what?
Light than here. Would that be? "I don't know," said the second. "But there'll be more light than here."
Oh,
Maybe we'll
snap.
walk with our legs
This is fire.
and eat with our mouths. Maybe we'll have other senses we can't understand now.
Yeah.
First goes, "That's ridiculous. Walking is impossible, and eating with our mouths, that's absurd. The umbilical cord is what scientifically supplies nutrition and all that we need, but it's far too short. Life after delivery is to be logically excluded." And the second says, "What if it's just different than it is here? Maybe we don't need that physical cord anymore." The first goes, "Okay, if there were life after delivery, then tell me, why has no one ever come back from there? Delivery is the end."
That's crazy.
Look at his reaction.
Yeah.
Look at his reaction.
Wow.
End of life, and in the after delivery is nothing but darkness and silence and oblivion. It takes us nowhere.
Jeez.
And the second says, "But certainly we'll meet Mother, and she'll take care of us." The first goes, "Mother? You actually believe in Mother?
Jeez.
If Mother exists, where is she now?"
Yo.
Jeez.
Yo.
Oh my goodness.
I'm a fetus, God.
I like this.
And the second goes, "She's all around us. We are of her. It is in her that we live. Without her, this world would not and could not exist." And the first says,
Look at
"I don't see her.
Look at Logan Paul.
It's only logical that she's not here."
Jeez.
To which the second replied, "Sometimes, when you're in silence and you really listen, you can perceive her presence. You can hear her loving voice calling down from above."
Isn't that dope?
That's so good.
I love that.
That was actually awesome.
I love it. And it makes so much sense to me.
Yes.
So he's definitely not a materialist.
Yeah.
Wow. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get back to my daughter. I do too.
Let's
Come
go.
on, let's get back.
Let's go.
Come on, one time for Logan Paul,
Oh,
man.
Wow. W video by Ruslan, aka Bless God Studios. So that last part seemed like a metaphor, obviously, to how non-believers are when we bring God to them. Like, wait, how is God here? I don't feel him. He's not, like, how is their life after death? No one's come back from that. You know, like it makes sense when you break it down like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was a good analogy to how atheists are, or people who don't believe in God are. That was a good analogy. That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I don't have much commentary to give on this video, but if you have more commentary, put it in the comments below. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that post notification bell to become part of the KS community. Love you guys so much. Fight for his kingdom, loving his freedom. He made a covenant, and I am loving it. EMMANUEL out.
That you were real, but I know I could've lost ya. When I try to fix myself, it don't go the right way. But you knew I needed help, so you moved me out my way. How did you do what you did to me? How did you change a monster? Never had doubt that you were real, but I know I could've lost